Hello, good morning. In this video, we will look at an article in the EPW, that is a weekly article which publishes some of the important and beautiful articles. In this regard, we will see about the India's Arctic policy, that is the India's draft towards the India's Arctic policy has been released recently in the January 2021. Regarding based on that article, this article has been framed in a beautiful manner. Let's go and see all about the article. When we see the Arctic region, it has been recently assumed a strategic significance due to the various types of resources present there, petroleum, oils, all these things. For that reason, the Arctic region has assumed a significant strategic importance, and it has been underlined by various policies enunciated by the various global major powers, including USA, Russia, India, China, all these things. And interests and concerns over the Arctic states are generally vast and varied. From coming to the interest and coming to the concerns in the Arctic region, they are varied. India being a observer status in the Arctic Council. When we see Arctic Council is a international organization that is set up to safeguard the interests of the Arctic region. It is formed by the surrounding countries of the Arctic region, generally include different countries such as Russia, Alaska, that is belonging to the USA, and all the surrounding countries regarding the Arctic region. In that Arctic Council, they also allow some countries as the observers into the Arctic Council, which are not sharing the border with the Arctic region. They are come and join as observers in order to progress the scientific developments in the region. For this purpose, it has been involved this observer status, and India being an observer as showing legitimate interest in the region, and come out with its own Arctic policy. That is, it published a draft document in the early January 2021. It is a short in the country's science diplomacy, we will say it as a. The policy claims to concur with India's fast expanding scientific technological power status, and however, it has been drafted in a strategic mile of countries like China have invested with great ambition in the region. In order to compete with all these countries, the draft has been framed. Though India has been stepped up with sustainable engagement diplomacy in the Arctic, the question remains whether the draft policy adequately addresses the emerging power equations in the region or not. Are we capable of trying to go on par with the various emerging powers or not is a question with regard to this draft policy. Regarding this article analyzes all these type of regards with respect to the India's Arctic policy. When we see India's Arctic policy, that is EAP, it is a draft document released in early January 2021. It is a short to the country's scientific diplomacy, all these things, and it also in line with the India's fast expanding scientific technological power status, that is the SkyTech status, and it also have both national and international dimensions in this draft document. And as per the global ranking, India currently occupies third position in the scientific and technical person power in the world with respect to the different types of scientific journal publications and different types of scientists. All these things with respect to this, India standing at the third position in the world, top third position in the world. Its research and development expenditure and the science and technological publication expenditure recently has been rose significantly when we see. And with the surge in the science and technological publications in the India, it is standing at the third position in the globally according to the MOST 2020. When coming to the IAP policy, it has drafted in strategic miles of the big powers like China, having interested with the great ambition in the Arctic region. When we see China's Polar Silk Road is essentially as actually part of the Belt and Road Initiative. China's Polar Silk Road is nothing but China's BRI, that is the Belt and Road Initiative, is nothing but reviving its old known significant ancient Polar Silk Road. And it seeks to reinforce its geopolitical and geoeconomic posture towards the Arctic region and towards its strategic improvement. For this purpose, India has stepped in at the right time with its sustainable engagement with the diplomacy and scientific power in the Arctic region. When we see geospatially, the Arctic is located above the Arctic Circle. We know Arctic above the Arctic Circle, that is at the area of the Siberia above the Russia. Above the Russia, this Arctic region is located. It encompasses the region of the Arctic Ocean basin. Previously, it's an ocean. Due to the harsh climatic condition, it has become all ice, and roughly 6.1 million square kilometers area of this Arctic Ocean basin comprises the Arctic region. The northern parts of the Scandinavian countries and Russia, Canada, Denmark, and United States state of Alaska, all these things become the part of the Arctic region. Scandinavia, when we see different countries of the Scandinavian islands, these constitute, and apart from this, Russia, Canada, Denmark, and the Alaska state of the USA. This is the basin. Apart from this, Canada, Russia, Denmark, Norway, and Alaska, when we see these 5 countries, including Canada and Russia and Denmark and Norway and Alaska, these countries have direct access to the region, Arctic region, with respect to the jurisdiction and all these things. Apart from the geospatial things, these countries have direct access to this region. When we see in the continent of the North America, Alaska and Canada. When coming to the Europe, then constitute Denmark and Norway. When coming to the Eurasia, that is the Russia. This is the structure. And when coming to the Arctic Council, this Arctic Council is an intergovernmental forum formed with the countries along with the countries such as Finland, Sweden, and Iceland, following the Ottawa Declaration in the 1996. Apart from the basin countries of the Arctic region, in addition to that countries, Finland, Sweden, Iceland, these all countries combined and signed a declaration called Ottawa Declaration in 1996. They formed this Arctic Council in 1996 itself as an intergovernmental forum, and it has the declaration. This Ottawa Declaration has provisions also for the non-Arctic states and organizations to participate in this and contribute for the working of the Arctic Council with an observer status, through which this provision only India has been involving in the Arctic region. And the council is envisaged as a forum to promote cooperation, coordination, and interaction among the Arctic states, and it promote Arctic indigenous peoples and Arctic inhabitants on common Arctic issues which has been arising. Either it may be environment or it may be climatic, all these things it will be overseeing. Issues such as environmental protection, sustainable development in the Arctic region. Since 1996, it has been overseeing these all issues through the cooperation and coordination. Coming to the Asia, Asia's interest in the Arctic region, there are 5 states from the Asia holding as an observer status in the Arctic Council, including India, China, Japan, South Korea, and Singapore. These are 5 countries. You can remember easily the top industrialized countries are the part of the observer status from the Asia. When we see India, China on one side, Japan, South Korea on other side, Singapore, which is the major hub, also part of this observer status. These are the 5 countries. All joined in the 2013 itself. India renewed its membership in 2019 for another 5-year period. Generally, this observer status only for 5 years. After that 5 years, it has to be renewed from this council. The admissions of observers in the council was made conditional upon recognizing the Arctic states' sovereignty, sovereign rights, and jurisdiction in the Arctic, besides recognizing broad international legal framework that has a bearing on the Arctic Ocean, such as laws of UN clause, which generally talks about the law of the sea, UN Convention on Law of Sea. Generally, this admission of the observer status will raise the sovereignty rights of the Arctic member countries. And US has insisted on the same point that council, US is dealing with some other points apart from this that include the council, Arctic Council now should not dealing with the matters relating to the military security. This is going to be a big issue. It was raised by the USA. This was added as an addendum upon signing the Ottawa Declaration. Curiously, after 20 years, recently US Secretary of State in the 2017 said that Arctic region has changed, that it is having become a terrain of the power and competition in the recent times when we see 8 Arctic states should have to adopt this new future in this manner. This is the statement given by the US Secretary of State then regarding showing the interest in the Arctic region and somewhat enabling the situation. And obviously the reference to power and competition was aimed at expanding role and activities of the China, to which Trump administration has seriously then opposing somewhat in such a manner. That means competition in this statement refers to the activities of the China that is going more forward than all other countries compared to this. However, geostrategic concerns continue to generate anxieties among the Arctic states, including Russia, Canada, and Norway. They have had to bolster their defense infrastructure in the region due to the raising concerns in the recent times by involving of different powers in the Arctic region. And when coming to the India and Arctic region,